Welcome to our channel, a sacred space where broken hearts find healing, weary souls discover hope, and every hurting spirit is reminded they are deeply loved by God. Whether you're feeling lost, overwhelmed, or simply seeking a quiet place to rest, this channel is for you. Subscribe and join us on this beautiful journey of spiritual renewal, one heartfelt step at a time. We'd love to know where you're watching us from. Drop your city and country in the comments below. Now close your eyes and listen to the God's words. Chapter 1. When the night feels too heavy to bear, my child, I see you. Right now, under the weight of the quiet darkness, I see the heaviness pressed against your chest, the questions swirling in your mind, and the ache in your soul that words cannot name. The night feels long, too long. It stretches like a shadow without end, and in it, you are searching, not just for sleep, but for peace, for relief, for something to remind you that you are not forgotten. Let me remind you, when the world goes silent and no one is calling your name, I still am. Even when your pillow is wet with tears that no one else sees, I see them. I have counted each one. They are not wasted. They are not shameful. They are not invisible to me. Remember this: weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 35. I know the night makes everything louder. Your fears, your regrets, the what-ifs, and the why-nots. But I also know this: the night does not last forever, and neither will this pain. You are walking through a valley, but you are not walking alone. I walk with you, not behind, not ahead, but beside you, step by step. Even when you feel nothing, even when your prayers sound hollow, I am closer than your breath. You may wonder, where is God when I'm falling apart? I am right here, in the silence, in the stillness, in the fragile beat of your heart, in the inhale you just took, and the exhale you didn't know you were holding. I never needed you to be strong for me to love you. I never needed you to have it all together. I love you now, broken, afraid, uncertain. I love you in your sorrow and your exhaustion. I love you when you cry and when you can't cry anymore. And I want you to rest, not just close your eyes and pretend to sleep. I want you to rest in me, in my arms, in my promises, in the truth that you are still my beloved. No night, no mistake, no fear has changed that. I formed you. I breathed life into you, and I will never forsake the work of my hands. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Do not be ashamed of your weakness. I do my greatest work in the places you think are too broken. My grace is not given to the perfect. It is poured out for the weary, the grieving, the overwhelmed, and the ashamed. Yes, even now, even tonight. Let the sound of my voice settle into your heart. Let it be the lullaby that quiets your racing thoughts. You are safe in me. You are seen by me. You are held, even now, in arms that never grow tired. So tonight, lay your fears down. Lay your burdens down. Lay yourself down. You are not expected to carry the world. I already did that for you. Let me be your peace. Let me be your stillness. Let me be your dawn, even before the sun rises. Because I am here, and I am not leaving. The night will pass, but my love will remain. Close your eyes, my child. Let go. I am watching over you, even now, forever. Chapter 2. I still love you, even after everything, my precious child. I know what you're thinking. You wonder if I still want you, if I still love you, after everything, after the choices you made in silence, after the moments you turned away, after the words you spoke in anger, the promises you broke, the things you've hidden deep inside. But listen closely. Yes, I still love you, not reluctantly, not with conditions, not only when you're good. I love you now, in this very moment, exactly as you are. You may feel like you've wandered too far to come home, but my love is not measured by how long you've been gone. It is measured by how far I'm willing to go to bring you back. And I already went the distance. But God demonstrates His own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8. You didn't earn my love then. You can't lose it now. Yes, you made mistakes. Some were loud and public. Others were quiet and carried only in your chest. But none of them surprised me, and none of them canceled my affection for you. I saw every moment, and I stayed. I heard every thought, and I stayed. I felt your pain, your guilt, your longing, and I stayed. You think your past makes you unworthy of me, but I came for the unworthy. I came for the lost. I came for you. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to clean yourself up before approaching me. I know the real you, the raw, bruised, beautiful soul underneath the armor. And I love that version of you most. You say, but Lord, I knew better. I say, I know, and I still love you. You say, but I've failed you. I say, and yet I remain faithful. You say, but I'm ashamed of who I've become. I say, you are still mine. Do you remember the story of the prodigal son? He rehearsed his apology, expecting judgment. But before he even reached the door, his father ran to him. He didn't say, let me think about it. He didn't say, you have to prove yourself. He said, bring him home. And that's what I'm saying to you now. Come home. I am not waiting with crossed arms. I am not keeping a list of what you've done wrong. I am waiting with open arms to wrap you in grace, to clothe you in mercy, to restore what shame tried to destroy. As far as the east is from the west, so far have I removed your transgressions from you. Psalm 103:12. You are not the sum of your failures. You are the child I rejoiced over when you were born. You are the one I died for. You are the one I still whisper to at night. I know it's hard to believe, but my love is not like human love. It does not run dry. It does not withdraw. It does not forget who you are. You are not damaged goods. You are not beyond repair. You are not too far gone. You are my child, and I'm not giving up on you. Let go of the guilt you keep carrying like armor. Let go of the lie that says you are no longer welcome in my presence. Let me rewrite your story, not with shame, but with redemption. You may still carry consequences, but you don't have to carry condemnation. I know what you've done, and still, I love you. Let that truth wash over your weary heart tonight. Let it silence the voices that say you're not enough. Let it calm the storm of your mind. Rest My beloved, I am not holding your past against you. I am holding you. The story isn't over. You haven't disqualified yourself from my grace. You haven't outsinned my forgiveness. So breathe, come back, and let me love you, not for who you pretend to be, but for who you truly are, the one I formed in secret, the one I've loved all along, even now, even after everything, forever. Chapter 3. You are not alone. In the silence. My beloved, I know you've been wondering if I'm still here. The silence feels deafening. You pray, but the heavens seem quiet. You cry, but no answer seems to come. And somewhere deep inside, you've begun to ask the question you're afraid to speak aloud. God, have you forgotten me? Let me answer you. No, I have not forgotten you. I never will. Just because I am quiet does not mean I'm absent. Just because you can't feel me does not mean I am not working. Some of my greatest miracles happen in the silence. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not talking to empty space. You are talking to me, and I am listening. Even before a word is on your tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all together. Psalm 139:4. I hear the unspoken prayers, the ones wrapped in sighs, in tears, in silence. I hear the ache in your chest when you can't find the words. I hear the longing in your soul, the part of you that just wants to be held, understood, and loved without explanation. You've been faithful through the storm. You've waited with a quiet hope, and yet the silence lingers. But child, silence is not punishment. Silence is not distance. Silence is often the sacred space where I prepare you, not just for answers, but for deeper trust. I know it feels like nothing is happening, but in the silence, roots grow deep. In the silence, your spirit learns to lean on me, not just on outcomes. In the silence, I am building the strength that will carry you through the noise. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. You are not alone. You are not forgotten in the quiet. I am nearer than ever, whispering peace into your soul when everything else goes quiet. You've asked, where are you, Lord? Let me tell you, I am here, in the still breath you just took, in the soft rustle of the trees outside your window, in the moonlight resting on your floor, in the warmth that fills your heart when you remember someone who once loved you. I am not far. I have been here since the moment you first cried, since the moment you first questioned, since the moment the silence began. I have never turned away from you. You may not see what I'm doing yet. You may not understand the delay, but I promise you this: nothing is wasted, not even this silence. In fact, silence often precedes the sound of miracles. The Israelites waited 400 years before I spoke through a cry in a manger. The tomb was silent for 3 days before resurrection morning. And your silence, too, holds the promise of a dawn that has not yet risen. You feel forgotten because the world has stopped checking in. You feel unseen because no one asks the questions. You silently hope they'll ask. But I see you. I always have. I see the way you keep going when no one notices. I see the strength it takes to get up when your heart feels so heavy. I see the love you give, even when you feel empty. I see the faith you still cling to, even when your prayers feel unanswered. And I smile, not because you're perfect, but because you are mine. So don't give up. Don't let the silence convince you that I am gone. Let it remind you of just how close I am. I am not waiting for you to be louder. I am not withholding my love until you get it all right. I am here, steady, present, and faithful. And when you can't hear me, lean on what you know is true. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never stop loving you. The silence may last for a season, but my presence is eternal. So rest tonight, not in answers, but in me. Let your weary soul breathe again, knowing that even in the quiet, you're not alone. You never have been, and you never will be. Chapter 4. Rest, my child. I am still in control. My dear one, you've been carrying so much, more than anyone knows, more than you were ever meant to carry alone. I see you trying to hold everything together, trying to smile when your heart is tired, trying to stay strong for others when inside you feel like you're unraveling. You whisper, I can't do this anymore. And I whisper back, you don't have to. You were never created to carry the weight of the world. That's my job, and I'm still in control. Even when everything feels like it's falling apart. Yes, I know the chaos you're walking through. I know the unanswered questions. I know the fears that keep you up at night. I know the silent battle happening behind your eyes when you lie in bed, wondering how it all turned into this. But listen closely. None of this has taken me by surprise. I am not confused. I am not late. I have not forgotten the promises I made to you. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to understand everything. You don't even have to be strong right now. You just have to rest in me. Let me remind you what rest really means. Rest is not laziness. Rest is not giving up. Rest is trust. The kind of trust that says, even if I don't see the way, I know God is making one. You've been trying to figure it all out on your own, but I'm asking you tonight to breathe, to release, to let go. I hold the pieces of your life in my hands, and not one is missing. You ask, but what if everything goes wrong? And I answer, even then, I'll be there. You ask, what if I make the wrong choice? And I say, I can redeem every path. You ask, what if I fall apart again? And I promise, I will hold you together. Let me be your peace, not temporary peace that comes from control, but real peace, the kind that surpasses understanding. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. Isaiah 26:3. You don't have to prove yourself to me. You don't have to wear a mask. You can come to me as you are, with the shaking hands, the racing thoughts, the tired heart, the tears that haven't even formed yet. I see all of it. And I say, come rest, my child. Do you remember how I calmed the storm? With a word? I can calm the one inside of you too. But first, I need you to stop trying to do this alone. Rest does not mean nothing is happening. Rest means trusting that I am working. Even when you can't see it, I am behind the scenes, lining up the right people, the right timing, the right healing. I am shifting what needs to be shifted, opening doors you didn't know existed, closing doors you don't need to walk through anymore. And I'm not just working on the outside. I'm working in your heart too, healing the wounds that no one else knows about, breathing life into the dreams you buried long ago, washing over you with grace again and again. You are not a failure for needing rest. You are not weak for reaching the end of yourself. This is where I do my best work, in your surrender. So tonight, let go of the pressure to figure it all out. Lay down the heaviness of trying to be everything for everyone. Come back to me. Just breathe. Let my presence hold you. Let my love quiet the fear. Let my word anchor your heart. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. For 1 Peter 5:7. You don't have to be in control to be safe. You just have to be mine. And you are. So sleep, my child. Close your eyes and rest. Not because everything is fixed, but because I am still God and I am still good, even now, even here, especially here. Rest in me tonight. I've got you. Always have, always will. Chapter 5. Your mistakes do not define you. My beloved, I know what you keep replaying in your mind. The thing you wish you could go back and undo. The words you wish you never said. The choice you wish you never made. You carry it like a shadow, a constant reminder of who you used to be, or who you fear you've become. But let me say this clearly, so your heart can finally breathe. Your mistakes do not define you, not in my eyes, not in my heart, not in the story I am writing for you. Yes, I saw what happened. I saw the moment everything changed. I saw the moment you realized you couldn't undo it. But I never turned away. I didn't withdraw. I didn't reject you. I didn't rename you by your failure. You may think you are ruined, but I call you redeemed. You may call yourself broken, but I call you beautiful. You may see shame when you look in the mirror, but I see a child who is still mine. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. 2 Corinthians 5:17. You are not your worst day. You are not the label someone else gave you. You are not the sum of your flaws. You are my workmanship, my creation, my beloved. You may carry consequences, but you do not carry condemnation. Shame is not from me. It whispers, lies in the dark, hoping you'll forget that grace has already covered what guilt keeps accusing. When I forgave you, I meant it. I didn't put conditions on my mercy. I didn't say, only if you're perfect from now on. I didn't ask you to fix yourself first. I said, come to me, all you who are weary, and I still say it now. Let me remind you what I did for you. I stretched my arms wide to cover every sin, past, present, and future. I bore your shame so you wouldn't have to. I went to the cross knowing full well every failure you would make, and I still said you were worth it. Your mistakes are not a surprise to me. Your failure didn't cancel my plans. In fact, I often use what was broken to show the world how powerful healing can be. Did you think your story was over? It's not. I am the author, and I specialize in redemptive endings. David failed, and still, I called him a man after my heart. Peter denied me, and still, I built my church on him. Paul persecuted my people, and still, I gave him a purpose greater than he ever imagined. You're not disqualified. You're not too far gone. You're not too dirty to be loved. You're already forgiven. You're already washed clean. You're already being restored. Even now, as far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Psalm 103:12. So breathe. Let go of the labels. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the need to keep punishing yourself. That's not what I want for you. That's not what love looks like. Instead, let my grace be enough. Let my truth speak louder than the shame in your mind. Let my arms wrap around the version of you that thinks you're unlovable. And let me show you just how deeply, eternally loved you really are. Because you are. You always have been. Even when you ran. Even when you fell. Even when you broke everything and thought I wouldn't want you anymore. I wanted you. I still do. So come close tonight. Bring your past and lay it at my feet. Bring your mistakes and let me cover them in mercy. Bring your name and let me give you a new one. Beloved, that is who you are. Not your sin, not your scars, not your regrets. You are beloved. You are forgiven. You are mine. And nothing can change that. Chapter 6. I have counted every tear you've shed. My child, you think no one sees. You think the tears that fall when no one's watching disappear unnoticed. But they don't. I see them all. Every single tear. The ones that fall in the middle of the night when your pillow holds your pain. The ones that come quietly while you're smiling in front of others. The ones you try to blink away when the world expects you to be strong. I see the tears you've hidden. I see the ones you've swallowed to keep peace. I see the ones that come from wounds no one else knows you carry. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56:8. Not one tear has been wasted. Not one has gone unnoticed by me. You've cried from heartbreak. You've cried from exhaustion. You've cried from the ache of loneliness, from the sting of rejection, from the bitterness of grief. And I was there, every time. I wasn't standing far off. I wasn't watching from a distance. I was right there, beside you, with you, holding your soul while it broke. I didn't rush you. I didn't scold you. I just stayed, and I wept with you, because I love you that deeply, because I am not a God who turns away from pain. I am a God who steps into it with you, and in your tears, I see more than sadness. I see longing. I see courage. I see a soul that still hopes, even when it hurts. Do you know what I see when you cry? I see strength, not the kind the world celebrates, not polished, not perfect, but real, raw strength, the kind that still shows up even when the heart is heavy, the kind that says, I don't understand, but I'm still here, still breathing, still trying. I see faith too. Yes, even in your tears. Because every time you cry and still talk to me, even if it's messy, even if it's angry or broken, you are showing me your heart, and I will never reject that. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. You may feel fragile, you may feel tired, but I want you to know you are not falling apart. You are being held together. Your tears are not a sign of failure. They are signs of a heart still alive, still feeling, still soft enough to be moved. And I treasure that. Yes, healing takes time. Yes, sometimes it feels like the pain will never lift. But you are not walking through this alone. I am collecting your tears, not to remind you of your sorrow, but to redeem it, to show you that nothing you've endured is meaningless, to transform your pain into purpose. You may not see the why right now. You may not understand the story I'm writing, but know this: I am not wasting your tears. Not one drop, not one cry in the dark, not one whispered, "God, please." They matter to me because you matter to me. Let the tears fall when they need to. Don't be ashamed of them. Don't try to hide them from me. I welcome your tears. I sit with you in them. And I promise, I will not let them go unanswered. One day, my child, the tears will stop. One day, you will laugh again. Not the kind of laugh that hides the pain, but the kind that rises from peace. One day, the heaviness will lift, and you will breathe deeply again. And on that day, you will see just how close I was all along. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. Revelation 21. But until then, cry if you need to. Lean on me when the weight is too much. Tell me the things you can't tell anyone else. I can take it. I am with you in it. And every tear you've cried is known, seen, and held. You are not forgotten in your sorrow. You are not invisible in your pain. You are loved. You are heard. And you are never alone. Not for one moment. Not even now. Chapter 7. Even in doubt, I am still here, my child. I know you're struggling to believe right now. I've seen the doubt creeping into places where faith once stood strong. You don't feel as sure as you used to, and that scares you. You wonder if I'm disappointed in you, if your uncertainty means I'll turn away, if your questions have pushed me too far. Let me ease that fear right now. I'm not going anywhere, even in your doubt. I am still here. You see, I never asked you to have perfect faith. I only asked you to bring me your honest heart. Even when that heart is unsure, even when it's broken, even when it says, "God, I don't know anymore." Do you remember Thomas? He doubted too. He needed to see the wounds to believe. And what did I do? I didn't reject him. I met him in his doubt. I showed him what he needed to see. And then I called him blessed. Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." John 20:27. You are not the only one who has questioned. Moses doubted his ability. Elijah doubted my presence. David doubted my timing. Even Peter, who walked on water, sank the moment he doubted. And still, I used them. I loved them. I stayed with them. So why would I leave you? Doubt is not the absence of faith. It is often the very place where faith is refined. You are wrestling, not walking away. You are searching, not surrendering to despair. That matters, and I honor the fight in your heart. I see how you want to believe. I see how hard it is when life doesn't make sense. I see how the silence makes you question if I'm still listening. But I am, even now, even when you can't feel me, even when you say, "Lord, I believe, help my unbelief." I hear you. If we are faithless, he remains faithful, for he cannot deny himself. 2 Timothy 2:13. Your doubts don't threaten me. They don't shake my love for you. They don't cancel my promises. I am still your father, still your shepherd, still your refuge. I am not fragile. You don't have to tiptoe around your questions. Bring them to me, all of them. I would rather have your honest doubt than your empty performance. I would rather hear your frustrated prayers than your silence. I want you, not a polished version. You as you are. I am not only the God of the strong, I am the God of the uncertain, the searching, the doubting, the wandering, and I never let go of my children, even when their grip loosens on me. You are safe to question. You are safe to wrestle. You are safe to not have all the answers. Let me be the anchor when your faith feels like it's drifting. Let me hold on to you when you're too tired to hold on to me. Doubt may visit, but it will not define you. I will. And I say, you are still mine. You're not too far. You're not too weak. You're not too broken. You are still loved, still chosen, still being held by hands that do not let go. So breathe, my child. Let the questions come, if they must, but don't be afraid of them, for I am here, not just in your certainty, but in your chaos, not just in your confidence, but in your confusion, and I will stay. I always stay, even in doubt, especially in doubt, forever. Chapter 8. Let go of what was never meant to. Stay, my child. I see the weight you're carrying, not just the burdens you speak of, but the ones you hold silently, the things you refuse to release, because they once made you feel whole. But they don't anymore. They now feel like chains. There are things in your hands, your heart, your memory, that were never meant to stay forever. But I know how hard it is to let go of something that once felt like everything. You hold tight to people who left, to places you've outgrown, to seasons that gave you comfort, to stories that ended too soon, to pain that somehow became familiar. You don't have to pretend it doesn't hurt. I know it does. Loss is not easy. Closure isn't always clean. And letting go doesn't happen in one moment. Sometimes it happens again and again, day by day, breath by breath. But still, I am gently asking you to let go, not to forget, not to erase, but to release. Because some things you're holding are quietly holding you back. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:18-19. You cannot receive what I have for you next if your hands are still clinging to what I've already asked you to lay down. I know it felt safe. I know it once brought you joy. I know it gave you identity or security or belonging. But I also know it's hurting now. It's keeping you stuck. It's making you question who you are and whose you are. And I want more for you than survival. I want healing. I want restoration. I want freedom. You were never meant to stay in the place of heartbreak. You were never meant to carry guilt like a blanket. You were never meant to call something permanent that I only allowed for a season. There are people who cannot go with you where I'm taking you. There are dreams that must die so that new ones can be born. There are pieces of your story that were never the whole book, just a chapter. Let me turn the page with you. Don't be afraid. You're not walking away from love. You're walking toward my love in its purest, most healing form. You say, but I don't know who I'll be without this. I say, You'll be mine, free, whole, restored. You say, what if I never find something better? I say, I have something new, not better in the world's eyes, but better for your soul. You say, but this is all I've ever known. I say, let me show you what you haven't seen yet. Letting go doesn't mean you failed. It means you're brave enough to grow. Letting go doesn't mean it didn't matter. It means you're making space for what does now. Letting go doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're giving it to me. I know the ache of goodbye. I've wept over Jerusalem. I've mourned those who walked away. I've watched hearts close that I longed to heal. But I've also seen what happens when you trust me enough to release what was never meant to stay. Doors open, peace returns. Joy, real joy, begins to rise again. And no, it may not happen all at once. Healing comes slowly, like the morning light, but it will come if you let me have what you're gripping so tightly. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Let go, not because you're giving up, but because you're giving me permission to lead. Let go, not because it didn't matter, but because it's no longer meant to define you. Let go, not because it didn't hurt, but because it's time to heal. I will not leave you empty. I will fill every space you surrender. I will hold what you release, and I will never let you go. So tonight, unclench your hands, breathe deep, and let go with me right beside you. You are not losing yourself. You are finding the part of you I've always loved most, the part that trusts me. And in that trust, you'll find peace. Chapter 9. My plans for you are still good. My child, you've been asking a question quietly, maybe even without words, a question buried beneath the exhaustion and confusion. Lord, is this really how my life was supposed to go? You had dreams. You had hopes for how things would turn out. But now, it all feels like a mess. Plans crumbled, doors closed, people left, and part of you is wondering if the story has slipped out of my hands. Let me speak this truth into your weary heart. My plans for you are still good. I know how it looks right now. You can't see the ending. You barely understand the chapter you're in. But I am the author of your life, and I have not forgotten how to finish your story in beauty and grace. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. You see broken pieces. I see the beginning of something beautiful. You see detours. I see divine redirection. You see failure. I see formation. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Not even the parts you wish had gone differently. Yes, I allowed the delay. Yes, I saw the disappointment. Yes, I was there when it all fell apart. But I never left you, and I never stopped working. There are things you prayed for that didn't happen, not because I didn't care, but because I had something deeper, wiser, and more lasting in mind. You asked for open doors, and I closed them. You asked for certain people to stay, and they walked away. You asked for clarity, and silence answered. But child, what if that silence was me protecting you? What if the no's were my kindness in disguise? What if what feels like failure is really foundation? I don't expect you to understand it all now, but I do ask you to trust that I see the full picture. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're not too late. You're right where I can still reach you, still shape you, still fulfill every good thing I've spoken over you. My plans are not like yours. They're not always linear. They're not always quick, but they are always good. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. Even in this, even in the pain, the pause, the confusion, I am working. You may not see the purpose in this season yet, but you will. I promise you will. One day, you'll look back and see my fingerprints on the very moments you wanted to erase. One day, you'll understand why I allowed the waiting. One day, you'll see the fruit from this season of darkness. But even before that day comes, I want you to rest in this. You are still in my hands, and I have not changed my mind about you. The calling is still there. The promises still stand. The grace is still flowing. Yes, life has taken turns you didn't expect, but I've been with you through everyone. And I still have plans to bring you through this stronger, wiser, softer, and full of the kind of faith that cannot be shaken. Let go of the fear that you've missed it. Let go of the belief that it's too late. Let go of the lie that you're too broken. You are exactly where I can begin again. So take my hand. Trust the path, even if it looks unfamiliar, because I am not just leading you anywhere. I am leading you home. And the home I'm building in your heart, it's rooted in peace. It's filled with hope. It's wrapped in purpose. Yes, my child, my plans for you are still good, even now, especially now. You don't have to see it to believe it. You just have to take the next step with me. Chapter 10. Come back. I've been waiting for you, my child. You've been running for a long time, not always with your feet, but with your heart. You've drifted. You've been hiding behind the noise, the guilt, the distractions, trying not to feel the ache that keeps pulling you back to me. But that ache you feel, that whisper that won't leave you alone, that quiet voice calling your name in the middle of the night, that's me, still here, still waiting, still loving you. And I want you to hear me clearly. Come back, not with shame, not with fear, not with an apology rehearsed in your mind. Just come. You don't have to fix yourself first. You don't have to clean up the mess. You don't have to earn your way back. You were never disowned. You were never disqualified. You were never unloved. I've been waiting for you, watching, hoping, reaching, even while you walked away. Do you remember the story of the prodigal son? He thought he had gone too far. He rehearsed a speech of guilt and shame, but before he could say a word, his father ran to him, held him, restored him. That's what I want to do for you. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. Luke 15:20. I don't need your performance. I don't need your perfection. I want your heart, even if it's tired, even if it's doubting, even if it's bruised from the road you took. I can heal it. You think, but I walked away. I say, and I never stopped following you. You say, but I failed you. I say, and I still chose the cross for you. You say, but I'm not worthy. I say, you are mine, this home, this place in my presence. It was never locked. You always had a key, and even when you forgot how to use it, I stood at the gate, waiting. You're not too late. You're not too far. You're not beyond restoration. Come back to prayer. Come back to stillness. Come back to the word that once felt alive. Come back to the love you once knew was real. I'm not angry with you. I'm not keeping score. I'm not interested in punishing you for the time you've lost. I'm only interested in holding you again, walking with you again, rebuilding what was broken together. I know you've been hurt. I know you've been disappointed. I know you've tried to numb the pain with things that only left you emptier. But that emptiness, I can fill it. That guilt, I can lift it. That ache, I can heal it. Return to me, and I will return to you, says the Lord Almighty. Malachi 3:7. You may not feel ready. You may not even know how to begin again. But the first step is always this. Come back, just as you are, right where you are, with whatever faith you have left. I'm not asking you to do this alone. I'll walk every step with you. I'll remind you how loved you are, again and again, until you believe it. You're not lost. You're not forgotten. You are deeply, fiercely loved. And I've been waiting, with patience, with compassion, with open arms. So tonight, don't run anymore. Don't let shame keep you in the far country. Don't believe the lie that you've missed your chance. The door is open, the light is still on, and your Father is still here. Come back, my child. Come home. Chapter 11. When you feel forgotten by the world. My child, I know how it feels. To sit in a room and feel invisible. To show up, give your all, love deeply, and still feel unnoticed. To watch others be celebrated while you are passed over. To wonder if anyone truly sees you. But hear me now. I see you. I have never stopped seeing you. Not one moment of your life has escaped my attention. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one quiet act of love. I know how lonely it feels when people forget, when friends grow distant, when loved ones don't check in, when your value seems to vanish because you're no longer needed, no longer praised, no longer in the spotlight. But your worth to me was never based on your visibility. You are not valuable because of your status, your performance, or your recognition. You are valuable because you are mine. Can a mother forget the baby at her breast and have no compassion on the child she has borne? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. Isaiah 49:15. I have engraved your name on the palm of my hand. You are not just known. You are cherished. You are not just seen. You are loved beyond measure. The world may forget, but I don't. I see your quiet faithfulness, the way you keep showing up when no one thanks you, the way you pray for others who never know, the way you serve, love, and give, even when it costs you more than anyone realizes. And I smile over you. You are not overlooked in my kingdom. In fact, the ones who are last in this world are often first in mine. I know you're tired of being the strong one, tired of clapping for others while your heart quietly breaks, tired of wondering if anyone would notice, if you just stopped showing up. But I notice, and I would notice, because you matter to me. I don't need you to be louder. I don't need you to fight for attention. I don't need you to prove yourself. I just need you to remember this. You have never been forgotten. I knit you together in your mother's womb. I've numbered the hairs on your head. I've caught every tear in my hands. I've written your name into eternity. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. Zephaniah 3:17. Yes, I rejoice over you, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. You don't need to hustle for my attention. You already have my heart. When you feel like no one sees your pain, I do. When you feel like no one hears your prayers, I do. When you feel like your efforts don't matter, they do. In a world that measures value by visibility, I want you to know I measure your worth by eternity, and you are priceless. Let me hold the parts of you that feel invisible. Let me breathe life back into your sense of identity. Let me remind you who you are, not who the world says you are, but who I say you are. You are my beloved. You are my delight. You are chosen, called, and fully seen. Even when the world forgets, I remember. Even when people walk away, I stay. Even when silence surrounds you, I speak your name with love. So tonight, lift your head. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are mine, and I will never forget you. Chapter 12. Peace is closer than you think. My child, I know how loud the world feels right now, how heavy your heart is, how busy your thoughts have become, racing, reaching, trying to make sense of it all. You're tired, not just in your body, but in your soul. And what you long for most, even more than answers, is peace. True peace, not the kind the world offers in short supply. Not the temporary calm that fades with the next problem, but deep, lasting peace, the kind that doesn't depend on circumstances, the kind that sinks into your bones and tells your soul, it is well, and I want you to know this truth. Peace is closer than you think. It's not as far as it feels. You don't have to climb a mountain to find it. You don't have to figure everything out first. You don't need perfect faith, a clean slate, or a perfect plan. You just need me. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. John 14:27. I am not just a giver of peace. I am your peace, and I am with you now, right where you are, in this very breath, in this very moment. You've looked for peace in quiet rooms and slow mornings, in fixed problems and answered prayers, in distance from pain and closeness to success. But peace doesn't live in your circumstances. Peace lives in me. It's the look in your eyes when you finally surrender control. It's the stillness that enters your spirit when you remember I've never left. It's the exhale that happens when you trust that you don't have to carry it all. You say, but there's so much going wrong. I say, peace is not the absence of storms. It's the presence of me in the middle of them. You say, but I'm anxious. I'm overwhelmed. I can't stop worrying. I say, bring it all to me. Cast your cares on me. Let me carry the weight you weren't made to bear. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:6-7. You don't have to feel peace to receive it. Sometimes peace enters quietly. It doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes in whispers, a soft nudge, a deep breath, a moment where fear loosens its grip just a little. And in that moment, there I am. Peace is not found in fixing everything around you. Peace is found in resting with the one who holds everything together. And I'm holding you. You've been trying so hard to keep control, trying to anticipate every outcome, protect yourself from more pain, prepare for every what if. But child, that's not peace. That's pressure. Let me take the pressure. Let me take the fear. Let me take your spinning thoughts and hold them in stillness. You're not too far from peace. You're one surrender away. Lay it down. The fear, the doubt, the timeline, the need to understand. Lay it all down in my presence. Peace begins when you stop striving to fix what only I can heal. Come sit with me, not to perform, not to prove, just to be. Let my words wash over your mind like gentle rain. You are safe. You are held. You are known. You are not alone. And you are allowed to rest. Let me calm the storm inside of you. Even if the storm outside still rages, I'm not asking you to pretend everything's okay. I'm asking you to let me be your peace, even when it's not. I'm asking you to trust that peace is not a place you arrive at. It's a person you walk with. And I am that person. I am here. Now. Always. You don't have to search anymore. You've already found me. And I've already brought peace with me. So breathe, my child. Let your heart slow down. Let your shoulders unclench. Let your soul rest in the presence of the one who calls you beloved. Peace is closer than you think. Peace is here. Peace is me, and I am yours. Chapter 13. I will carry you. When you're too tired to walk, my child, you've been trying to stay strong for so long, carrying burdens no one else sees, smiling through exhaustion, giving when you feel empty, pushing forward when every step feels heavy. I know. I see the weariness behind your eyes, the weight on your chest, the aching in your soul that says, I don't know how much longer I can do this. And I want you to hear me clearly. You don't have to carry this alone. In fact, you never were meant to. You're not failing because you feel tired. You're not weak because you feel overwhelmed. You're not broken because you can't keep up. You are human. You are hurting. You are tired. And I understand. I walked this earth, remember? I felt fatigue. I cried in Gethsemane. I carried a cross up a hill and fell under its weight. So when you say, I can't go any further, I say, then let me carry you, even to your old age and gray hairs. I am He. I am He who will sustain you. I have made you, and I will carry you. I will sustain you, and I will rescue you. Isaiah 46:4. You don't have to perform right now. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to keep marching like you're not breaking inside. You can sit down. You can cry. You can fall apart in my arms, and I will hold you. not judge you. There's no shame in collapsing at my feet. Some of the greatest healing begins there. You say, but I'm supposed to be strong. I say, your strength has never been the foundation. Mine has. You say, but everyone depends on me. I say, lean on me, and I'll help you carry them too. You say, but I don't know how to keep going. I say, you don't have to. I will carry you. Let me remind you of something sacred. I carried the weight of the world. I carried your sin. I carried your shame. I carried your future. I can carry you. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. This isn't just poetry. It's a promise. You don't have to be okay to be close to me. You don't have to fix yourself to come near. Just come, even if you're crawling, even if your faith feels paper thin, even if all you have left is a whisper, help me. I hear that, and I respond, not with more to do, but with more of me. Let me be the strength in your weakness. Let me be the breath when you can't catch yours. Let me lift you when your legs give out. I'm not asking you to finish the race alone. I'm offering to carry you the rest of the way. And while I carry you, I'll speak life over you. I'll remind you that you're still loved, still chosen, still held. You haven't disappointed me. You haven't failed me. You've simply reached the end of yourself, and that's often where I begin. You can rest now. You're allowed to. You don't have to be strong all the time. Let me carry your pain. Let me carry your grief. Let me carry the weight of what if and what now. Let me carry you. I will not drop you. I will not grow weary. I will not walk away. I am the God who carries. And you, my child, are the one I'm holding, even now. So close your eyes if you must. Fall if you need to, but don't fear the falling, for underneath you are everlasting arms, and I will carry you until you can walk again. And even then, I'll still walk beside you, always. Chapter 14. You are seen, known, and loved. My child, you've spent so much of your life wondering if anyone truly sees you, not just your face, not just your name, but the real you, the one behind the smiles, the one behind the effort, the one who sometimes feels lost in a crowded world. But I want you to hear me tonight. Really hear me. I see you. I know you. And I love you completely. From the very beginning, before you ever took your first breath, I saw you. Not just your body, but your soul. Not just your future, but your heart. And I called you mine. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. You've tried so hard to be enough. For others, for yourself, even for me. But my love was never something you had to earn. It was always a gift, freely given, fully yours. I don't just love the version of you that gets things right. I don't just love the parts you show to others. I love the real you, the raw, vulnerable, complicated, beautiful soul that I created with care. You are not just a number. You are not just a face in the crowd. You are a masterpiece, handcrafted by divine hands, and not one detail of you was a mistake. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Psalm 139:14. I know your thoughts. I know your fears. I know the things you can't say out loud, and I do not turn away. I know the days you feel like a burden, the moments you wonder if anyone would notice if you disappeared. The secret question in your heart, do I really matter? Let me answer it. Yes, you matter. You matter more than you could ever imagine. To me, you are irreplaceable. There is no one else like you, and there never will be. You were created on purpose, for a purpose. Even if you haven't fully seen it yet, I have. Even when you feel unseen, you are fully known and still fully loved. That's the part you struggle to believe, isn't it? That someone could know everything about you, the failures, the doubts, the parts you hide, and still choose you, still stay, still say, you are mine, but that's who I am. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar, before a word is on my tongue. You, Lord, know it completely. Psalm 139, 1-4. There is nothing in you that scares me, nothing that pushes me away, nothing I cannot heal, cannot redeem, cannot love through. So stop hiding, child. You don't have to cover yourself in masks and performance. You are safe with me. Let me love the real you. Let me speak truth into the parts of you the world has ignored. You are not invisible here. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. You are seen, even when others overlook you. You are known, even when no one asks how you're really doing. You are loved, even when you feel undeserving. And my love is not passive. It fights for you. It pursues you. It surrounds you, even when you're unaware. So when you lie awake at night, wondering if anyone really sees the pain behind your eyes, know that I do. When you wonder if anyone would stay if they knew the whole story, know that I know it, and I stay anyway. When you feel like no one could ever love the real you, know this, my child, I already do. More deeply than you've ever been loved, more purely than you've ever imagined, more faithfully than anyone ever could. So rest tonight. Let the pressure melt away. Let the lies lose their grip. Let my voice speak louder than the doubt. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. And you always will be. Chapter 15. In the darkest valley, I am your light, my child. I know the path you're walking right now feels shadowed and uncertain. You can't see what's ahead. You don't know how much longer this valley will last. And everything inside you whispers, I'm afraid. But hear me now. You are not walking through this darkness alone, and you are not walking without light. I am your light, not just in the bright places, but in the valley too. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23:4. I don't just meet you on the mountaintops. I meet you in the shadows, in the grief, in the heartbreak, in the loneliness that wraps itself around you like a fog. I am there, in the valley, right beside you. I know this season feels endless, like the sun may never rise again, like you may never feel joy again. But let me remind you of something eternal. Shadows only exist because there is a light. The valley does not mean I have left you. The silence does not mean I have forsaken you. The darkness does not mean there is no hope. I am still here, still guiding, still loving, still working. Even when you cannot see what I'm doing, Sometimes, the most sacred work I do happens in the shadows, because it's in the valley that your roots grow deeper. It's in the dark that your soul learns to trust what it cannot see. It's in the silence that your spirit learns to hear me more clearly. And I promise, you will not stay here forever. The valley is not the end of your story. It is a chapter, not the conclusion. And even in this chapter, I am not distant. I am not pacing above, waiting for you to figure things out. I am beside you, step by trembling step, whispering, keep going. I'm here. You don't have to have answers. You don't have to have strength. You just have to stay close. Let me be your light when you feel lost. Let me guide your feet, one small step at a time. You don't have to see the whole path. You just need to take the next breath and trust that I'll be in the one after that too. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119:105. Sometimes I light the whole sky, but other times I light just enough for your next step, and even that is grace. I know the fear you feel here. I know the way sorrow creeps in at night. I know the ache of unanswered prayers, of things lost, of wounds still bleeding, but I also know what's waiting on the other side. You may not feel it now, but healing is coming. Light is rising. Hope is waking up beneath the surface. Because even in the valley, especially in the valley, I do not stop moving. I am the God who brings beauty from ashes, who turns mourning into dancing, who transforms the darkest nights into testimony. So hold on, my child, not to your strength, but to mine, not to the way forward, but to me. When you can't walk, I'll carry you. When you can't pray, I'll intercede. When you can't see the way, I'll be your vision. And when you forget how to hope, I'll hope for you. I am not afraid of your darkness. I have walked through it before you. I have overcome it. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. On 1:5, you will make it through this, not because of how strong you are, but because I am with you, and I am your light. The valley is real. The pain is real. But so is my presence, so is my power, so is my promise. And my promise to you is this: you will not walk in darkness forever. I will lead you out. I will bring you through. And on the other side, you'll see how even here, I never let go. So for tonight, rest in this truth. You are not alone in the dark. You are not forgotten in the valley. You are not forsaken in the silence. I am here. I am light. I am yours. And I will never leave you. Chapter 16. Nothing can separate you from my love, my child. You've asked the question quietly in your heart. Have I gone too far? Have I messed up too much? Could anything really undo his love for me? Let me answer you right now, as clearly as I can. No, nothing, not ever. There is absolutely nothing that can separate you from my love. Not your past, not your doubts, not your brokenness, not the worst thing you've done, not even the days you ignored me, the nights you questioned me, or the moments you ran away from me. Still, my love remained, for I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord. Romans 8:38-39. Do you see? I've already seen it all. Every flaw, every fall, every part of your story you'd rather hide. And I still chose you. I still love you. And not halfway, not conditionally, not if you improve or once you behave. I love you now, fully, eternally, freely. You were never loved because you were perfect. You were loved because you are mine. This love doesn't break when you struggle. It doesn't disappear when you fail. It doesn't grow cold when your faith wavers. My love is not like human love. It doesn't wear out. It doesn't give up. It doesn't hold a record of wrongs. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Lamentations 3:22-23. Every morning, new mercies. Every breath, new grace. Every failure met by my forgiveness. You cannot outrun my love. You cannot disqualify yourself from it. You cannot fall so far that I won't reach for you. Let go of the lie that says you have to earn your way back into my presence. You never left my heart. You never stopped being loved. I know the voices in your mind tell you otherwise. They whisper that you're too much or not enough, that your sin is too deep, that your wounds are too ugly, that my patience has limits. But those voices do not speak for me. I speak truth, and truth says you are loved, even now, even here, even in the places you think I could never reach. You say, but God, I've turned away. I say, then turn back. I'm right here. You say, I've been angry at you. I say, I still love you. You say, I'm afraid I'm unlovable. I say, let my love quiet your fear. You don't have to be fearless to be loved. You don't have to be healed to be held. You don't have to be whole to be wanted. I want you, always have, always will, and I promise no mistake will make me change my mind. No failure will make me regret the cross. No sin will ever be stronger than my grace. You are sealed by my love, rooted in my love, carried by my love. So when shame creeps in, let love push it out. When fear rises, let love speak louder. When you question your worth, let my voice remind you, you are worth loving. You are chosen. You are forgiven. You are mine. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever change that. Chapter 17. Lay down your burdens and rest in me. My child, you are so tired. I see it. The weight you carry in your shoulders, the heaviness in your breath, the invisible burden that clings to you even when you try to rest. You've carried it for so long. You've forgotten what it feels like to live without it. The responsibilities, the fears, the pressure to be strong, to be enough, to hold it all together. But I did not design you for this kind of weariness. You were not made to carry the world. Let me say it gently, with love so deep it touches the places you've kept hidden. Lay it down. Lay down the burden you were never meant to carry. Lay down the expectations that exhaust you. Lay down the shame that was never yours to hold. Lay down the fear of tomorrow and the weight of yesterday. I know what's been wearing you down. The voices that say you're not doing enough. The pressure to perform. The wounds you've covered so others wouldn't see them. The secrets you've kept, even from yourself. You don't have to keep holding them. You can place them in my hands now, because my hands are strong enough to carry what your heart cannot. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Not just physical rest, not just a moment of escape, real rest, the kind that goes down to your soul, the kind that untangles the knots inside you, the kind that breathes peace back into your chest and light into your eyes. But rest doesn't begin with escape. Rest begins with trust. You have to trust me with what you've been clinging to. That grief, give it to me. That disappointment, I can hold it. That fear of being too much or not enough, I see it, and I still choose you. You are not failing because you're tired. You are not weak because you need help. You are human, and I am your God. I never asked you to be everything for everyone. I only asked you to come to me. Let me carry you. Let me comfort you. Let me be the one who holds you together when everything else is falling apart. You've spent so much energy trying to prove your worth, trying to stay strong, trying to survive. But now, just breathe. You don't have to fight tonight. You don't have to fix it all. This is not a battle you win by striving. This is peace you receive by surrendering. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. Give me the pieces, all of them, the ones you're proud of and the ones you're ashamed of. I want all of you, not just the polished parts. I want your tears. I want your doubts. I want the version of you that's tired, undone, and unsure what to do next. That's the one I love. That's the one I invite to come and rest. There's nothing you have to prove here. No performance, no pressure, just presence. Mine, with you. Yours, with me. In my presence is peace. In my arms is rest. And in my heart, you are safe. So lay it down, my child. Place your burdens at my feet. You were never meant to carry them into tomorrow. Sleep, knowing I am watching over you. Sleep, knowing you are not forgotten. Sleep, knowing that when you rest, I keep working. Let me restore what's been worn thin. Let me pour fresh strength into your soul. Let me quiet the noise inside of you with the sound of my love. You are not alone. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are mine. And tonight, you can rest. Chapter 18. I will be with you, even until the end. My beloved child, you've made it this far, and I want you to pause and breathe in this truth. I have never left you, not once, not for a second, and I never will. You've been through storms. You've walked through valleys that felt endless. You've cried prayers into the night and wondered if they reached me. They did. I was there for all of it, not from a distance, but close enough to hear your heartbeat, closer than your breath, closer than your pain, and I'm still here. You've changed. Seasons have changed. People have come and gone. Dreams have risen and fallen. But I remain. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age. Matthew 28:20. That's not a metaphor. That's a promise. You don't walk into tomorrow alone. You never will. When you feel strong, I'm beside you. When you feel weak, I carry you. When you rejoice, I celebrate with you. When you grieve, I weep with you. I am not a sometimes God. I am not seasonal. I do not change with your emotions, your failures, or your circumstances. I am eternal. I am faithful. I am constant. And my love for you does not have an expiration date. You may not know what comes next. You may face unknowns, unanswered prayers, unexpected detours, but this you can know. I will be with you, even until the end. Through every chapter still unwritten, every tear not yet cried, every joy not yet lived, I will be with you, not just as your God, but as your friend, as your father, as the one who knows you completely and still loves you fully, even when the world shifts beneath your feet. I remain your rock, even when time passes and everything you knew begins to fade. I remain your anchor. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31:8. You've asked me so many questions in your journey. Will I make it? Will things get better? Will I be okay? My answer has always been the same. Yes, because I will be with you. You may still face hard days. Life will not always be easy, but you will never face it alone, even when you grow old, even when you are misunderstood, even when you walk through the fire or stand in the silence, I will still be there. And when you take your final breath on earth and open your eyes to glory, you'll find me there too. Arms open, smile wide, heart bursting with love, not saying hello, but saying, welcome home. I've been waiting. That is my forever promise, not a temporary comfort, not a conditional presence, forever, through the joy and through the sorrow, through the laughter and through the longing, through the beginning, middle, and end, I will be with you. So breathe, my child. Take this moment and let your soul rest in my arms. Let my promises wrap around you like the blanket of dawn. Let my voice echo louder than fear. I'm not leaving. I'm not walking away. I'm not changing my mind. You are mine, and I will be with you, always, completely, lovingly, even until the end. Final reflection, you've reached the end of this script, but not the end of my love. This is not the closing of my voice. It is just the beginning of your deeper walk with me. Whenever you feel lost, return to these words. Whenever you feel tired, listen again. Whenever you forget who you are, remember who I am. I am God. I am love. I am yours. And I will never stop being with you.